because we have high hopes for both the Jets and the Giants, and they both, in their own ways, had miserable days yesterday. The Jets lost to Aaron Rodgers back at MetLife. He was tremendous in his Steeler debut, throwing 4 touchdowns. Pittsburgh gets the 34-32 win, and as he was taunted walking off the field, he let him have it. And then afterwards, as only he can, he went one up on that.
You spoke about the meeting with Aaron Glenn on McAfee a few months ago. Beating him, is there significance in that, since he basically told you to your face that he didn't think you were right for that team?
Yes, that's what he did.
So there's significance in beating him for you?
I was happy to beat everybody associated with the Jets.
So there you have it. Let's take the Steelers side of this first. Aaron Rodgers, what do we say, D. Wood?
His demise is clearly being over-exaggerated. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, you said in the first hour, Daniel, Aaron Rodgers like 2021 Aaron Rodgers. He was fantastic. The ball face, the movement skills, the accuracy, the arm talent, it was all on display. Remember, like, this game, Steelers had no run game to speak of. So this was really the Aaron Rodgers show, and he was just fantastic in this Arthur Smith offense.
What did you think, Rex? We talked about the Jet side of this earlier, and obviously you had a lot of thoughts on that. But Rodgers is a player, to D. Wood's point, that many have written off, and he's 41, soon to be 42. What we saw yesterday, is that an indication that he's going to be this player all season long?
Oh, I don't know if he can be that player all season long. I mean, number one, he knew exactly what they were doing defensively, and he took advantage of it. But Aaron Rodgers looks phenomenal. Like I say, like, golly, I haven't seen that guy forever.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, he's going to be good. I doubt he's that good, though.
Well, look,
no way.
There were a variety of reasons for it. And the biggest, of course, is that he suffered a catastrophic injury in his first series as the Jets quarterback, and it takes time to come back from that. The second piece of it is the Jets are not as good as the Steelers. They're not nearly as organized and well coached as the Steelers during the time that Rodgers was there. We'll see what the future holds. But, Dan, and you have tape to demonstrate it. What Aaron Rodgers did yesterday was special.
Well, hour one was deception. This was about having the answers. Rex talked about that. And then also, he looked unbelievably young, movement-wise, with some of his stuff. I think the pocket movement stands out as a big deal. Now, this is having the answers. He's going to fake a toss up top, okay? He wants to throw the football to the tight end at the top of the screen. But he's already peeking the middle field safety. As he's making the fake going, are you going to overflow or not? And if you do, he's going to come throw this little wheel route at the bottom of the screen. There's a vintage back shoulder. That ball takes 2.5 seconds to get to the second or third option. The pocket movement was great. He gets pressure off his right. Look at the 2 hands, scrape across the chest. Guys, he's going to essentially jump off both feet here. He's in the air making this throw. This throw goes 15, 20 yards downfield. It's perfectly in stride. We didn't really see that sudden yet subtle, calm, but quick enough pocket movement. Watch him here. He wants to escape out to his left, and that pocket closes. Then he wants to escape out to his right, and that pocket closes. He doesn't panic. He doesn't run into the offensive line. Finds DK Metcalf on the shallow cross for a big game. I was just wildly impressed with how well he moved in the pocket for where he is.
We should point out the greatness of Aaron Rodgers yesterday, but we also should point out how great Justin Fields was. And the Jets came very close to winning that game. And if they had won, we'd be celebrating Justin Fields this morning, the new offensive coordinator that they got from the Detroit Lions, who looked like they were missing Tanner Engstrand yesterday, right? And Justin Fields played very well, threw the ball very well, and gave the Jets some hope here for the weeks to come.
Shefty sat next to me as we watched the game yesterday and held me much of the day, I must say, and I appreciate your support.
I mean, the Jets were dominant with their offense. They ran the hell out of the football. They pushed a really good defense, the Pittsburgh Steelers, around up front. I mean, literally pushed them around.
Yes.
And you've got Justin Fields. You've got a young...
So here's the terrible towel. Can we get me on 3? Here we go, Heather. That's for you. By the way, she's a bad sport. She was texting me yesterday, talking trash when they were coming back. Then all of a sudden, the Jets take the lead. Yeah, I know. Thank you very much. I need a little... All right, so I lose my wager. We wave the terrible towel. We'll talk about the Jets in a minute. The story is Rodgers. He was fantastic.
I thought it was the best game he's played since he was a Green Bay Packer.
No.
Amen.
There's no need to think
not
that.
even close.
It was by far the best game he's
And
played
honestly,
since he was a Packer.
Up until last night, I thought he was the best quarterback playing football yesterday in the NFL. I mean, he was ridiculous. I think the thing that stood out for me was just the savvy deception that he brings to their football team. He's going to point to the safety at the top and then motion the receiver. He's telling the defense, like, hey, I'm bringing this guy down to block that safety. Then the ball handling. The defense has no clue where the football is, if he's keeping it or not. That makes everybody dip down to the line of scrimmage. He sees that the defender is low and the corner route is high. Here comes Skoranek scraping across, but he's wide open because Aaron sold everybody that I'm running the football here with that point. You go later on in the game, the other touchdown pass that he has, it's the same thing. He points backside, brings that safety down or that receiver down. Look at that ball fake again. Look at those defenders completely sold out. Both of these are on 2nd and 7 and 2nd and 6. This time that defender slips and it's the corner route and it's a touchdown. I didn't know how the offense was going to work, and I know it's week 1, but it felt and it looked like just the experience that Rodgers has and that ball handling savviness or the stuff at the line of scrimmage was perfectly matched with Arthur Smith. Create some big plays.
Can I say that play design was just nasty?
You see
to insert the wide receiver in the C gap.
The best part is he gets to the line of scrimmage and pointing to the defense, hey, that's your guy.
Here's the thing. I've been telling anyone who would listen that last year was much more about the Jets than it was about Rodgers. The Jets were 0-6 in one-score games last year. Coaching is the difference in the margins of games like that. To go from what the Jets had coaching last year to Mike Tomlin, I don't even know how, I don't even know what analogy to make to it. It is literally going from the ridiculous to the sublime. The Steelers are going to be really good. Rodgers was really good. Period. Next paragraph. You picked the Jets on the show yesterday. You said you felt this was the Jets, the must-win game.
Yep.
They came really close. There were a lot of things to like. Justin Fields was great. What's your takeaway on the Jets?
That they got a real offense now for the first time since Weeb Eubank, right? I mean, let's face it.
Yeah.
I mean, well, we could run the ball, but they can too. And that was what impressed me, you know, with the new offensive coordinator. I think he did an outstanding job.
Yeah.
And by the way, Justin Fields is not just a runner. And that's how I felt about him. I think he's got arm talent, and that's important, especially when you play in the East Coast and things. So to me, I'm encouraged. I'm a New York Jet fan. This ain't the same old Jets. They actually have a real play designer as an offensive coordinator, and you have an outstanding young, athletic, talented quarterback. I am super excited about him. Now, the defense, you can't just play, you can't just tell Aaron Rodgers what the hell you're going to be in every snap. And that was an issue I had. I'm shocked that they couldn't get more pressure on him. The Jets sold out on the running game. Those big plays were 2nd and whatever. Look, Pittsburgh wasn't cracking the line of scrimmage in the run.
Yeah, it's a good point.
You don't have to sell out like you were.
Yeah.
But, you know, Aaron Glenn, I understand where he's coming from. He's talking like, no, we are going to be physical, we're going to stop the run, and we're going to run the football. So hats off to him. This is the first time in a billion years. There were plus 129 in the rushing department. That's another encouraging sign for the Jets. I'm all in on this football team. I think they're super talented. But, you know, to me, it was about Aaron Rodgers. And by the way, no way in hell did anybody think he was going to play this good.
Well, it was about Aaron Rodgers, and it was about Justin Fields, and it was a statement game for both quarterbacks who, for the first time in history, were going up against their former teams they played on last year. You know and saw how personal this game was to Aaron Rodgers, how much it meant to him, but it also meant a lot to Justin Fields. And if the Jets had found a way to pull it out and avoid the tears that Greeny shed yesterday afternoon into this morning, then we would be saluting Justin Fields and talking about the quarterback the Jets have found and how great Justin Fields looked yesterday, because he played really well with Tanner Engstrand, their offensive coordinator.
Yeah, there's no question about that. But just getting back to Aaron Rodgers, think about this. The Steelers had no running game to speak of. And to have your 41-year-old quarterback slice and dice the Jets defense, super impressive by Aaron Rodgers.
There you go, Heather. And by the way, when you say no one saw it coming, Hembo and I saw it coming. We did an essay a few weeks ago. The marriage of Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers is a marriage made in heaven. And after watching what happened last night, watch the Steelers this year. Rodgers, if he stays healthy, is going